The role of Wake Tech is really about hope, opportunity, and jobs for anyone who wants it in Wake County through Wake Tech.
Our Eastern campus will provide opportunities for economic development for the people in the eastern part of our county.
At the Eastern Wake, 3 of the 4 projects that are going on right now are led by women on the design side.
I like to think that that campus also is a symbol. It's a very large, dramatic, beautiful symbol of women having a role in building.
All my uncles and my dad, they all work in STEM related fields. When I was a kid, I got to see all the tools they have. It's very intriguing to see them creating stuff that actually works from just the bare parts. That kind of led me to choosing my major as STEM related.
Architecture is something that I've always been interested in. Since I was a young child, I remember in 3rd grade, I took out a book called I Want to Be an Architect, and I hid it so I didn't have to return it.
Well, I think it's life-changing to see a woman doing something that you wish that you wanted to do. You're like, oh, they're doing it. That can make you want to do it too. And I think when the students walk through and they see these women in these roles, they can see themselves in that role too.
It's really exciting to think about the impact that these women will have on the community as they see these buildings go up.
You know, we have a skills gap in Wake County. We're not going to close that skills gap in the skilled trades, in engineering and design and construction without women. It's just not going to happen.
Wake Invest in Women, our overarching goal is to help close the gender wage and representation gaps for women in Wake County.
One of my favorite moments that I got to experience for the first time on this project was a project meeting with the architect and with Wake Tech, and it just so happened that everyone on the meeting was a woman. There was 8 or 9 people and only women, and I noticed it and I was like, wow, it's the first time in my career.
In the 4 or 5 times that I've been a director for design and construction or director of architectural services, I've always been the first female. And now coming here to Wake Tech has been the first time ever that I see 4 firms with 4 females that are taking the lead. It's exciting, it's wonderful, it's a change.
I think the women bring a unique perspective in the fact that we look at our final aesthetic design of the buildings, both interior and exterior, that it's more than just the pipes behind the walls, it's more than just the wires or where the wires are running. Now we have a unique perspective of interior and exterior design.
I have found that the women engineers and designers that I have worked with, they are particularly talented when it comes to focusing on the client and understanding what the people who are going to live there need and want, and what's going to make our students feel comfortable.
I'm super lucky, I think, especially even from when I started in architecture till now. There's been more and more women. It's rare now that I'm the only woman in a room, and that feels fantastic.
You know, all projects on the Eastern Wake campus are high design. They're designed for the community, so inherently they get a lot of attention. They're talked about, and so that's huge for the women leading them.
In the last 5 to 7 years, I'm starting to see a change. It's an awareness, it's an acknowledgement, it's a respect that we're starting to see move the needle for women to be of equal value in the AEC industry.
You know, in many ways, our community is led by female leaders, and the vision for our future of a growing place is a building place.
We have to, as organizations, be aware that women are often the ones who the families depend upon. And so it can't always be business as usual. If you want women to be part of your talent pool and they're women who want to have families, then you're going to have to be more flexible. If you're just willing to be flexible, you have access to all that talent. We can't just expect that women are going to move into industries and not expect modifications to be made if they are the ones who are the primary caregivers for their families.
I think being a mom makes you a better project manager because that's kind of what you do as a mom. But it really is the process of kind of turning off and turning on the hats that you have to play.
If I could go back and tell 12-year-old me something that I didn't hear, I would encourage myself not to try to be one of the boys, not to try to emulate what you see, but to instead lean upon your individual strengths and what you bring to the table for what sets you apart.